I have just a couple more introductions before we break. When we talk about a celebration, here we are sitting listening to lectures. When are we going to celebrate? 5 minutes. A quick story. This room actually has been very important in the history of this field. Believe it or not, the international stem cell controversy began right here in this room. But I want to tell you a different story, Science of the Spiritual Quest. We had about 18 life scientists, biologists, medical people, ecologists, and I was a theologian. Theologians were told to shut up so the scientists could talk to each other. At the podium was the dean of the medical school from Harvard, and the subject was the soul. And so we heard 18 scientists discussing the soul. They wanted to know how much it weighs. And it was, people didn't even go out to the bathroom. They were so engaged. And when it was over, where Arthur is sitting right now, there was a Jewish molecular biologist from Cal who said, I've been working on the bench for 29 years and I've never had a discussion as rich as this one. Anyway, so lots of good things have happened right here in this room. I'd like to introduce Michael Buckley. I'm sorry. Michael Dodds. That's the previous generation. Michael, at the Dominican school, was an expert on St. Thomas Aquinas, which you would expect. And there was a period of time in which Bob and I and Anselm Ramelow and Michael, we just go head to head on the issue of causation. And it was important because they disagreed with each other. Michael believes in secondary causation, Bob doesn't. Because I work with Marty Hewlett, who is a Dominican believer in St. Thomas. He said, of course it's secondary causation in evolution, Ted. That's the only answer. So I didn't need to worry about it. But Michael, would you like to say a few words?
It's nice to be mistaken for Michael Buckley. So, say something about Ian Barber. I came across his writings first a lot of years ago when someone introduced me to issues in science and religion. And if it wasn't a completely life-changing, certainly an academic life-changing experience, opened a new realm of academic inquiry. I've been able to pursue that through many publications, programs, lectures, events of the CTNS, and conversations with students and faculty, especially with Bob. So a few summers ago, after I published my Unlocking Divine Action and Bob's Time in Eternity came out, Bob and I got together at his invitation, I was very pleased to do that, for several sessions, hammer out our different views on the role of quantum mechanics and secondary causality in the discussion of divine action. Very helpful, enlightening, if also somewhat mind-bending as a way to spend your summer. CTNS has long been an anchor in the systematic theology area at the doctoral program at GTU, and my impression over many years on the faculty is that meetings, the students pursuing science and religion have by no means been the minority in systematic theology. And that way CTNS has been not only an anchor but also a magnet for student recruitment at GTU. So continue those metaphors. CTNS has also been a beacon, encouraging the dialogue between science and religion far beyond the boundaries of GTU, and it's been a bridge, starting with the incomplete bridge logo to the finished bridge of the current logo, fostering some heavy traffic and communication between theologians and scientists. So now with the establishment of the Ian Barber Chair and the initiation of CTNS as a program unit at GTU, the CTNS anchor is even more firmly established. This was also part of Bob's foresight to ensure for the continuance of CTNS long beyond the current generation. Of course, I, like probably many of you, really can't picture CTNS without Bob Russell. So Bob, as you continue your research on eternity, you'd better take a look at immortality as well.